What is going on, everybody? New York Sports Hub here, back at it with another New York Yankees video. I'm going to be doing a video about my opening day lineup, what my lineup for the Yankees would be on opening day. I know the lineup could be a lot different for different other people, but this is what my lineup would be if it was opening day. I was the manager of the Yankees. This is what I think the lineup would be. So, leading off for the Yankees, it's pretty obvious. It's DJ LeMahieu. DJ LeMahieu had more than 100 RBIs out of the leadoff spot last year. He's one of our best hitters, probably our best hitter last year. And, he played so well out of the leadoff spot. DJ LeMahieu obviously is going to hit leadoff. And then batting second, regarding he stays healthy, I've got Aaron Judge playing right field and hitting second, but LeMahieu will be playing second base, by the way. Aaron Judge will be batting second and playing right field. I think Aaron Judge just fits the two spot pretty well. I don't really see him as more of a cleanup guy. I like him, to be on base, and then guys like the 3, 4, 5 guys drive him in because Aaron Judge has got a lot of speed. I like Aaron Judge in the 2-hole. I think he fits pretty well there, and he's pretty much been at the 2-hole for most of his career. So Aaron Judge bats second and is out in right field. Batting third in the lineup would be Gleyber Torres, and at shortstop, Gleyber Torres, he just goes right in the meat of the lineup. Gleyber Torres is one of our best hitters, probably, the hitter with most potential on the team. Had a fantastic season last year. I expect Gleyber Torres to have an even better year this year, and Gleyber's my pick to win the AL MVP this year, and I think he's definitely a dark horse for the MVP. I think Gleyber Torres will bat third in the lineup and be playing shortstop. So I think the 1, 2, and 3 is pretty obvious, but batting cleanup for the Yankees and DHing, I have Giancarlo Stanton. Now, once again, Stanton is made of glass. This guy never seems to stay healthy, but this is regarding if he does stay healthy. I think Stanton will be batting cleanup. I think Stanton's, Stanton's probably the most powerful hitter on the team. He can probably hit the most home runs. He has the potential to hit the most home runs on the team, in my opinion. And, he's a big dude. I think the cleanup spot's pretty good for Giancarlo Stanton, and I hope he can play more than 18 games, because that's how much games he played last year. I think if Stanton could play a full season, I think he'll be batting in the cleanup spot for the Yankees. Batting fifth is Gary Sanchez, and catching, Gary Sanchez is obviously our starting catcher because our backup catcher is not good anymore. Well, we don't have Austin Romine anymore, but you can even argue that Austin Romine could have started over Gary Sanchez last year, but I still think now that Austin Romine is not on the team, Gary Sanchez easily wins the job for being the starting catcher, and I think he definitely deserves it. I think Gary Sanchez is such a talented player. He's one of the best hitting catchers in Major League Baseball. It just depends if he can stay healthy and if he can work on his defense. But Gary Sanchez is one of the most talented players on this team. I think if he can, stay consistent, I think he can be one of the best hitters on this team. I have him batting fifth and catching. Batting sixth in the order, Luke Voit. Now, Luke Voit had a bad slump to end out the year last year, but I think Luke Voit, will come back next year. Will come back this year and have a better season. Well, Luke Voit has still been pretty solid the past 2 seasons. We obviously brought Luke Voit over from the Cardinals back in 2018. Luke Voit was not supposed to be good. Luke Voit was supposed to be kind of a utility man, and ever since he's came to the Yankees, he's been an absolute beast. And I think Luke Voit can, do even better this year. And I think he's one of the best first basemen in the American League. I think he's very underrated. I think he'll hit 6th in the Yankees lineup and be playing first base. Batting 7th in the lineup, I have Aaron Hicks in center field. Now, Aaron Hicks, kind of had an up and down season. Aaron Hicks is kind of inconsistent with the bat. Now, a lot of people have Aaron Hicks a lot higher in the lineup. Aaron Hicks hit a lot of leadoff last year. I don't like Aaron Hicks in the top of the lineup. Personally, I don't think Aaron Hicks is one of our best hitters. I don't think he's one of our worst hitters. I think he's kind of like, right in between like the best and worst. I think he's kind of like right in between, and I think he fits very, very well in the 7-hole. And I never liked it when Aaron Boone put Aaron Hicks at the top of the lineup. I don't think Aaron Hicks is a top of the lineup hitter, in my opinion. I think he bats 7th in the order, because he's sometimes inconsistent with the bat. He's very good defensively in center field, and I really hope Aaron Hicks can, stay healthy for the full year. But I don't like Aaron Hicks at the top of the lineup, so I have Aaron Hicks batting 7th. Batting 8th in the order, Gio Urshela, and playing third base. Now, you probably expect I'd put Miguel Andujar here, because Miguel Andujar had a fantastic 2018 season, and obviously Miguel Andujar's back from, he had the torn labrum, he had to get the surgery to recover it, so Miguel Andujar barely played last year, and even when he did play, he wasn't healthy, he wasn't 100%, so Miguel Andujar had a bad year last year, he struggled with that, that torn labrum that he got, and he barely played last year, but Miguel Andujar, he had a really, really good spring training before the season got suspended, he had a really, really good spring training, I was really impressed. Miguel Andujar is really, really weak defensively, so that's why I'd give the nod to Gio Urshela. And that's why I have Gio Urshela starting over Miguel Andujar. But I do think Miguel Andujar can, like, will play a lot of games. He'll, like, trade spots, with Talkman. Like, Stanton will go play left, Andujar will DH, and then, Gardner will play, and then Clint Frazier will play. I think Miguel Andujar will be kind of like a super utility man, if that makes any sense. I think he'll be a guy that, sits on the bench for half and then plays for half. And Miguel Andujar also played a little third base. I can see Miguel Andujar playing a little left, but I don't think he'll start opening day. I think Gio Urshela gets the nod for opening day. He had a fantastic year last year. Hit over 300. Had Gio Urshela, we kind of brought him over kind of for defense because Gio Urshela was always good, with the glove, but he was never good with the bat. And ever since he's came to the Yankees, he's been fantastic with the bat. He had a fantastic year last year. He was really good with runners in scoring position. The Yankees were one of the best teams in baseball, if not the best, with runners in scoring position. They really struggled in 2018 with that. And last year, they were so good with runners in scoring position. I think Gio Urshela is one of our best hitters. Last year, he came on and had a really, really good season for the Yankees. But I still think he's kind of a bottom-of-the-lineup guy, so I have Gio Urshela hitting 8th. And batting 9th, Mike Tauchman. Now, a lot of people would expect to say Brett Gardner, and Urshela's at 3rd, by the way. Mike Tauchman will be playing left and hitting 9th. And a lot of people would probably say Brett Gardner, but I actually think Mike Tauchman is the better player than Brett Gardner. Think about this. Brett Gardner, he had a really, really good season last year, probably the best season of his career. But once again, the balls were juiced. The balls were different than they usually were. So he had a lot of home runs last year. But I actually think Mike Tauchman is the better player than Brett Gardner. Brett Gardner was like 37 years old. I don't think he'll be the same as he was last year because of the juice balls. I don't think they'll use the different kind of balls this year. So I think Mike Tauchman will get the nod over Brett Gardner. Obviously, Mike Tauchman had the injury at the end of the year, so he didn't really play in the playoffs. But I think Mike Tauchman had a fantastic year. And when we signed him, I had no idea who he was. I know he was with the Rockies, but Mike Tauchman was never a good player. He was kind of a minor league player. And ever since he's joined the Yankees, he had a fantastic season. And I think Mike Tauchman will start in left field over Brett Gardner. And a lot of people will disagree. I think Mike Tauchman is the better player right now. He had a really, really good year. He's also good defensively out in left field. I think Mike Tauchman will start in left field over Brett Gardner, and he will hit 9th. I just think he's the better hitter, in my opinion. So that is my lineup for opening day. Put your opening day lineups for the Yankees down in the comments below. I'd love to hear your lineups, and I'm super, super excited for baseball to start. Baseball starts on July 23rd, and I'm very excited for that. For baseball to get underway. I think the Yankees, they did another day of summer training today. I think they're going to play a couple intra-squad games, so I think it might be going on Yes Network, so I'll be watching that. And I'm super excited for baseball to return. Put your opening day lineups down in the comments below. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.